Dear students, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. How are you? I hope best for you. I Mukesh Kumar welcomes you to online Mukesh Online Academy. आपका मुकेश ऑनलाइन एकेडमी में स्वागत है. And we are doing the science of class 10 from the NCERT book, and that is the chapter 2 we are doing, that is the acid, bases and salt. As you know, we have covered this chapter into the previous 8 videos also, okay, in which we have covered about the acid base indicators, about the different kind of acids, properties of acids, bases and their properties. We discussed about the how do they behave into the aqueous solutions. We did the different questions also based on that. Okay, so we have done so many things. Okay, we have done almost the 30-40% thing of the chapter. I hope you would have seen those videos. If you have not still seen, then I have given the links into the description. You can just go through them before watching this video, so it will help you in a better way. Okay, so in this video, what we are going to do is the strong and weak acids, strong and weak bases. Okay, and one usual tip, whenever you watch any study related video, keep a notebook and pen with you. Start writing the short notes, note the key points, make the summary of each and every chapter. Okay, and when you make the summary, then it becomes easier to revise into the exam, because otherwise the course becomes too much. Okay, and when the MCQs are coming, that means you have to study each and every line in a proper way. Okay, the key points are very much necessary. Okay, and if you have any doubt, if you have any query about any topic, okay, into the video or into the chapter, then you can write to me on the WhatsApp or email or in the comments. So definitely we will be solving your queries, solving your doubts. Okay, I hope you must be getting knowledge from my videos. Okay, and if you want to get the free notes along with the practice questions for each and every chapter, then also you can write to me on the WhatsApp or email. We will be happy to provide you. And if you want to get the live online classes through Zoom app, okay, interactive, then write to me on the WhatsApp or email. So we'll be happy to share the details with you. And I hope you must be getting knowledge from my videos. Kindly share it with your friends. Subscribe to it. Ask your friend to subscribe. And in this video, we are going to do the strong and weak acids, strong and weak bases. So now let's do it. So dear students, let's start today's topic. Okay, in the last video we had done about the behavior of acids, and we had done some activities, okay, and some questions we had done, right? And we had done the dilution of acids and base. So now and today in this video we will do about the strong and weak acids and strong and weak bases. So now let's start with the strong and weak acids. Strong and weak acid. So that we will do today, okay, in this video. So first, let us do what is a strong acid. Okay, so we have two things. One is a strong acid. As I said, we can divide into strong acid and weak acid. This we have just discussed little bit of it while studying the chapter. Okay, when we studied the characteristic of the acids, then also we studied this topic. Okay, now strong acid. See, strong acid means something more stronger. So here, but in the chemistry sense, strong acid means when it is producing the more number of hydrogen ions. That means its acidic effect is much stronger. Okay, that means it is producing, as we know that the acidic effect is given by the hydrogen ion concentration. So more is the hydrogen ion concentration, more will be the acidic effect. Okay, so we can say that a strong acid dissociates completely into the aqueous solutions and produces the more number of hydrogen ions. So that is why we call that the strong acid. Now let's write it. Strong acid. How do we define it? An acid which is completely ionized in water, okay, and produces a large number of, or you can say large amount of hydrogen ions. Okay, and we write the hydrogen ions as H plus AQ ions. Okay, is called strong acid. So this is the definition of strong acid that we can give. Different examples that we can give, or the mineral acids. Okay, the HCl is a strong acid, H2SO4 is a strong acid, HNO3 is a strong acid. We call this hydrochloric acid, as we already know. Okay, and this is called the sulfuric acid. Okay, and this is called the nitric acid. So these are the examples of the strong acids. Okay, so as we know that when we just put them into the water, then they dissociate. So their dissociation, we have an equation for this purpose. Okay, as we had learned into the what happens to an acid or base into a aqueous solution. Okay, so when we dissolve the acid, strong acid, into the water, okay, so their dissociation is represented by a single arrow. Okay, so their dissociation is represented by putting a single arrow. Single arrow, just like we put in any chemical equation like this. Okay, towards the ions produced. Okay, it shows their complete dissociation, or we can say ionization. Okay, clear? I hope this is clear to you. So let's take some example. Let's check the dissociation. Like HCl, when we dissolve this into water, then we just show it by this big arrow. Then we will have the H plus AQ ions, as we have learned earlier also, and we have the Cl minus AQ ions. So this is how we will represent the dissociation of a strong acid. Okay, now same H2SO4 plus water. Here also we will just put an arrow. So we have the two hydrogen ions, and plus sulfate, we have the minus 2 valency for the sulfate. Okay, same HNO3, which is a nitric acid. When this is present into the aqueous solution, then it will form the H plus AQ ions, and it will form the NO3 minus AQ ions. See, you can see here their dissociation has been represented with the help of a arrow. With the help of an arrow that we have represented their dissociation. Clear? Okay. So now, since they have the large number of ions produced, so their reactions are very strong. As we have learned, the acids react with the metals to produce the hydrogen gas. So this reaction will be highly vigorous. The acid reacts with the carbonates to produce the hydrogen carbon dioxide gas. This reaction will also be vigorous. As we know that the acid solutions conduct the electricity, so there is a lot of electricity conducted through the solution. Okay, so all the reactions which the strong acids produce will have the vigorous reactions. Okay, because of the more number of hydrogen ions. Okay, and one more thing here is B means the strong. Strong here doesn't mean the concentration of an acid. Okay. Here what we mean by the strong is the ionization into the water, and which is the complete. Okay, the word strong refers to the degree of ionization and not to the concentration of acid. That we need to keep in the mind. Okay, as I told you, due to large number of, or you can say large amount of hydrogen ions, okay, in their solution, strong acids, number one, react very rapidly with other substances. Okay, such as metals, metal carbonates, and metal hydrogen carbonates, etc. Okay. Same way their electricity conduction will be higher. Okay. And they have the high thermal conductivity as we just discussed above. Okay. Thus they are strong electrolytes. I hope this is clear to you. Okay. Now, since their action is very fast, since their action is very strong, so we cannot drink them. They are very difficult to drink. Okay, they are very harmful to drink. Okay, if they fall on our skin or if we take them by chance, then they can harm, or you can say they will definitely harm our body. Okay, so the strong acids are dangerous to drink. Okay, even the diluted solutions of strong acids are extremely harmful to drink. I hope this is clear to you. So now let's repeat it. So we can divide the acid into two parts. One is the strong acid, other is the weak acid. So strong acid is an acid which is completely ionized in water. Okay. When we put them into water, they will completely ionize and will produce the large number of hydrogen ions. This is the large amount of hydrogen ions. So that is why we call them strong acids. You know, here the strong term is not referring to the concentration of acid. Here what the strong term means is the degree of ionization, because their complete ionization is water. Okay. So we have the different examples like hydrochloric acid we have, like the sulfuric acid we have, like the nitric acid. So these are all the mineral acids. You can say most of the mineral acids are strong acids. Okay. And since we need to just represent their dissociation, so their dissociation is represented by putting a single arrow which we put towards the ion proteins. Okay, the single arrow represents the complete dissociation. As we have discussed these examples earlier also, like hydrochloric acid means HCl, when dissolved into the water, it produces hydrogen ions and chloride ions. Same sulfuric acid produces hydrogen ion and sulfate ions. HNO3 produces hydrogen ion and nitrate ions. Okay, clear? This is clear to you? Now, since they have the large number of hydrogen ions, so their reactions are very strong. So whatever reactions that we have studied into the acid, the properties of acids, they all will be very strong. Okay, like when they react with the metals, they will produce the more hydrogen gas. Like when they react with the metal carbonate, metal hydrogen carbonate, they will produce the more amount of carbon dioxide. Okay, clearly? Yes or no? So I hope this is clear to you. And same way, since the number of ions are more, so we have the high electrical. Sorry, this is wrong. We need to write the high electrical conductivity. Okay. Since these are very strong electrolytes, they have the more number of hydrogen ions. So their electricity conduction is very high. So they will have the high electrical conductivity. We can say thermal also, because whenever we pass the electricity, it produces the heat. So thermal conductivity will also be very high. Okay. They are very dangerous. If they fall on our skin, they will burn our skin immediately. They can harm our clothes. Okay. And even the diluted solutions are harmful to drink. So we should never drink these acids, strong acids. Okay. Now do the weak acid. Now the we have weak acid. Okay. Just whatever we have written above, we can make just opposite to that. Okay. Weak acids partially ionize into the water and produces the less number of hydrogen ions. One thing. Okay. Their actions are very slow. When their actions with the metals, their reactions with the metal hydrogen carbonates are very slow. Okay. They will produce the less hydrogen, less amount of hydrogen. Okay. When react with the metals, and they will produce the less amount of carbon dioxide. That means the effervescence will be less, the fizzing will be less with the in case of the weak acid. Okay. They are the weak electrolytes, means because of the less number of hydrogen ions. Okay. Means they conduct the electricity but not in a better way as the strong acids. So they are the weak electrolytes. Their dissociation is shown by the both sided arrow. Both sided arrow means the partial dissociation is being taken place. Okay. So now let's write it. The acids which are partially ionized in water and produce a small number of hydrogen ions in solution are called weak acid. Okay, this is the first point. Okay, see, all organic acids means the acids which are found in the nature, and some mineral acids are weak acid. Okay, let's take an example like acetic acid CH3COOH. We call it ethanoic acid. Ethanoic acid is found in the vinegar. Okay, like oxalic acid, like citric acid, or any other organic acid. Okay, like if we come to the mineral acid, then the phosphoric acid. The phosphoric acid is H3PO4. Okay, like carbonic acid. Carbonic acid is H2CO3. Okay, like sulfurous acid. Sulfurous acid is H2SO3 and so on. Okay, all these are the weak acids. So any acid which we are finding in the nature, and any vegetable, in any fruit, we find the acids, that is a weak acid. Okay. Now, their dissociation is represented by a both-sided arrow. Okay, both-sided arrow means like this way and this way. This is called the both-sided arrow. Okay, or you can say the double arrow or double arrow. So now let's show the dissociation of these acids. Okay, now let's take an example like this is the CH3COOH, which is a acetic acid or vinegar or ethanoic acid. It is also called the acetic acid or ethanoic acid. Okay, when we dissolve this into the water, then what happens? It will partially ionize and it will produce the less number of hydrogen ions. This is the acetate ion. These are the acetate ions, or you can say ethanoate ion, or we can say ethanoate ion. Okay, and these are the hydrogen ions will be produced in less into the, like in the mineral acids we have the H2CO3. This is the carbonic acid. When dissolved into the water, it produces, if we just show it by the both sided arrow, it will produce the H plus AQ ions and carbonate ions 2 minus that. Okay, like this is the methanoic acid, this is formic acid or methanoic acid. Okay, methanoic acid is found into the antistine, that we will study later. Water, then both sided arrow we will write, then HCOO minus, this is called the formate ion, or this is also called the methanoate ion. Okay, and it will produce the hydrogen ion as a positive. I hope this is clear to you. So then we discussed that due to a small number, or you can say a small amount of H plus AQ ions, means the hydrogen ions present in their solution, weak acids react quite slowly. There are very slow reactions with other substances such as metals, metal carbonates and metal bicarbonates, or we can say metal hydrogen carbonates also. Bicarbonates are also called as a metal bicarbonates, etc. Okay, and have low electrical conductivity because of the less number of hydrogen ions. Have low electrical conductivity, they are weak electrolyte. Okay, and their diluted solutions are safe to drink, so they are used as food ingredient. Okay, I hope this is clear to you. Now let's repeat it. See, as we just discussed, the weak acids gets partially ionized into the water. Okay, their ionization is not complete, and because of the partial ionization, they will produce the small amount or small number of hydrogen ions in the solution. Since they have a small amount of hydrogen into the solutions, so their reactions are very slow. Okay. So examples that we can take, all the organic acids, whatever organic acid, as we had discussed earlier also, the organic acids are acids which are found naturally in the organisms, whether it is a plant, whether it is a animal. Okay, so all organic acids which we found in the plants and animals, they all are weak acids, and some of the mineral acids are also weak acids. So example, we have the ethanoic acid or vinegar, and we also call it acetate acid. This is the common name of it. Okay. Oxalic acid as we found in the tomatoes, citric acid as we found into the citrus fruits. Okay. Any kind of like malic acid, so many things. Okay. In the mineral acids, we have a phosphoric acid whose formula is H3PO4. Carbonic acid is also a mineral acid, H2CO3. Sulfurous acid is also mineral acid, H2SO3. All these are the weak acids. And how do we represent their dissociation? By the both sided arrow. Both sided arrow will represent the weak acid. Okay. Suppose in exam, if you get the equation with the both sided arrow in terms of dissociation, we are talking about the in terms of dissociation only right now. Okay. It has other meanings too. So when we just dissolve the water, acetic acid into the water, it will produce the acetate ion and hydrogen ions, which has been represented by the double sided arrow. Same carbonic acid is converting into the hydrogen ions and carbonate ions, which has been represented by the both sided arrow. Same formic acid with the formate ions makes and hydrogen ions by both sided arrow. Since they have the small number of hydrogen ions, so the reaction which we have studied into the properties of acids, all these reactions will be very slow. Okay, whether it is with the metals or whether it is with the metal carbonates or any other thing. Since they have the less number of ions present into that, so their electricity conduction is also very low. So they are known as the weak electrolytes. Okay, so they are dilute solutions. Since they are weak, they have the less number of hydrogen ions, so we can just use them safely. As you know, we are using so many organic acids in our life. Okay, so they are used as a food ingredient. So suppose if you are asked to compare between the strong and weak acid, so what we can compare? The term by term that we have given. Complete ionization for the strong acid, partial ionization for the weak acid. More number of hydrogen ions for the strong acid, less number of hydrogen for the weak acids. Okay. More fast reactions for the strong acids, slow reaction with the weak acids. Good strong electrolytes for the strong acids, weak electrolytes for the weak acids. And dissociation is represented by the one-sided arrow. Their dissociation is represented by the two-sided arrow. So this is how these strong acids are not safe to drink and weak acids are safe to drink. So this is how we can compare the strong and weak acids properly. Okay. So now let's do the strong and weak bases. So now the strong and weak bases. So now same, we can divide the base also into the strong base and a weak base. Okay. So now let's first do the strong base. See, as we have just defined the strong acids, same way we can define the strong base also. The strong base means a base which is completely ionized into the water. It's called a strong base. And as we know the basic property because of the hydroxide ions, so that means a strong base will produce the more number of hydroxide ions into the solution. Since they have the more number of hydroxide ions into the solution, so definitely their reactions will be very strong. Their reactions will be very fast. Whatever reaction that we have studied into the properties of bases, so all those reactions will be very fast. Okay, and they are difficult to handle. They can harm our body. So we should not just take them inside our body. They can harm us. They are corrosive, highly corrosive in nature. Same way they are strong electrolytes also because they produce the more number of hydroxide ions. So different examples like sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide that we can get here. So now let's write it. Strong base. A base which completely ionize in water and produces a large number of hydroxide ion is called a strong. Okay, same way we have defined. Clear? Their dissociation is represented by a single arrow, just like we have done into the strong acids, like this, towards the ions group. Okay, so let's take some examples like NaOH, like KOH, etc. are the examples of this strong. Okay, so how do we show their dissociation? NaOH plus water, so it will produce, we will put the single arrow, Na plus plus OH minus. So we will write AQ and we will write. Okay, here same way KOH plus water, we will put an arrow, so we will put K plus AQ and plus OH minus AQ is the. I hope this is clear to you. So now let's repeat the strong base. So base which is completely ionized in water and produces a large number of hydroxide ion, we call that strong base, and their dissociation we represent by a single arrow. We have the different examples NaOH and KOH. Okay. Now the same way we can represent, we can just describe the weak base also. What is the weak base? How do we describe it? B is the weak base. A base which is partially ionized in water, means does not ionize completely, which is partially ionized in water and produces a small number of hydroxide ion, we call that weak base. Okay, and their dissociation will be represented by a both-sided arrow. A base which is partially ionized in water and produces a small number of hydroxide ion is called a weak. Okay, their dissociation is represented by a both-sided arrow like this. Okay, so different examples that we can have: ammonium hydroxide. Okay, that is the NH4OH. We can give the magnesium hydroxide, that is the MgOH. Okay, so these are the different, there are so many examples that we can give. Okay, clear? So their reaction will be very slow. Okay, they are not very harmful, so that is why we use the magnesium hydroxide as an antacid also. We can take them inside our body, but we cannot take the weak strong bases inside our body. I hope this is clear to you, both strong acid and strong base, weak acid and weak base. I hope this must be clear to you. Okay, in case you have any doubt, then you can always write to me on the WhatsApp or email. Okay, so dear students, in the next video we will do about the uses of strong and weak acids and base, means the use of strong acids, use of strong base, use of weak acids and use of this weak base. Okay, and we will do how strong are the acids and base solutions. Now we will start the pH scale also into the next video. So thank you so much for your watching. Write your comments about the video, about the query, any doubt, about the topic into the comment box. You can write to me on the WhatsApp or email which I have given into the description. Okay, and I hope you must be getting knowledge from my videos. Okay, you know, just make the key points, make the short points, make the summary. Okay, and if you want to get the free notes of each and every chapter, then write to me on the WhatsApp or email. Definitely we will provide you along with the questions also. Okay, for practice. You know, practicing the question is very much important. And if you want to do the live online classes on the Zoom app, interactive, facing each other, then also you can write to me on the WhatsApp or email. Okay, and I hope you must be getting knowledge from my videos. Kindly share it with your friends, subscribe to it, ask your friend to subscribe. Thank you so much.